The villagers found old Eli digging behind the chapel in the dead of night. His hands bleeding, his eyes wild. In his grip was a golden pocket watch covered in dried mud. When the sheriff shouted at him to stop, Eli fell to his knees and whispered, "He made me rich. But I gave him my soul. God forgive me. I buried the truth here." Everyone thought Eli was mad. But when the earth was cleared and the box unearthed, the sheriff turned pale. Inside were three things: a signed check for $1 million, a photo of a rich man in a velvet coat standing next to Eli, both smiling, and a bloody hat with the initials J.H. Chapter 1: The Villager and the Stranger. Eli Raymond had lived his whole life in Briar Hollow. He was a simple man with weathered hands, known for fixing roofs and tending goats. He didn't drink, didn't steal, just kept to himself. But he was poor. Dirt poor. Until the stranger came. It was autumn. The leaves burned golden red. Eli was stacking hay when a black car rolled into the village. Out stepped a man in a velvet coat and shiny leather boots. He wore a silver chain and a hat so fine it looked stitched by angels. His name was Jonathan Hale, a gentleman from the city. He said he was looking for something old, something real. But Jonathan took a liking to Eli. He came to his shack, asked questions about village life, drank from Eli's chipped cups, and listened to the goats bleat. "You're a rare breed," Jonathan said one evening, tapping his pocket watch. "Honest. Humble. Worth your weight in gold." Eli chuckled. "Gold don't weigh much in these parts." But Jonathan's eyes said otherwise. Chapter 2: The Deal. Weeks passed and the gentleman kept visiting. He asked Eli to show him the hills, the river, the old mining caves. They spoke of everything: faith, greed, sorrow, and dreams. Then one evening, as the wind howled and firelight danced in Eli's shack, Jonathan made an offer. "I want you to work for me," he said. "Doing what?" "Something important. Something delicate. I want you to guard something for me. Bury it. Hide it. Never speak of it." Eli frowned. "Why me?" Jonathan leaned in. "Because you're invisible. No one sees you. No one questions you. That makes you perfect." Then he pulled out a check. $1 million. Eli almost laughed. "That's not real." "It is. All yours. No taxes. No noise. Just one thing: you bury the box and never ask what's inside." Eli hesitated. His hands trembled. He thought of his mother's grave, of cold winters and empty bellies. He took the deal. Chapter 3: The Box. It came wrapped in thick cloth and smelled of iron and old earth. Jonathan handed it to him at midnight by the river. "Bury it where no one will find it," he said. "And if anyone asks, you never saw me." Eli nodded. He dug behind the chapel. Deep. Cold. Silent. He dropped the box in and whispered a prayer. By morning, Jonathan was gone. No note. No car. Nothing. But the check was real. Eli cashed it in secret. Bought land, fixed his home, gave money to the church, and lived like a ghost among his people. He told no one. But guilt festered. Chapter 4: The Signs. It began with the crows. Dead ones on his doorstep. Then came the dreams: Jonathan standing in fire, pointing at the chapel. Whispers in the woods. Scratches on his door. And then, one night, his goat screamed. He ran to the barn and found blood. But no bodies. Only hoofprints leading to the chapel. And the golden watch, Jonathan's, dangling from the chapel's cross. Eli knew then. Something was wrong with that box. Chapter 5: The Truth in the Earth. He couldn't bear it. The money, the silence, the box. He grabbed a shovel and limped to the chapel. The earth was wet. Angry. Heavy. He dug until his fingers bled. And when he opened the box, he screamed. Inside was the velvet hat. But not just the hat. There was blood, bones, a lock of hair, and a note. To those who trade their soul for coin, the devil always collects. He ran, dragging the box to the river. But the sheriff had seen him. Chapter 6: The Reckoning. They arrested Eli. Called him mad. But the photo proved otherwise. Him and Jonathan. Smiling. The check was real. The blood on the hat matched a missing man from the city. Jonathan Hale had vanished a year before. But records showed he was declared dead before he came to Briar Hollow. And his grave was empty. Chapter 7: What Remains. Eli served no prison time. The sheriff said he was a victim. But Eli never touched the money again. He gave every penny to the orphanage and built a chapel of stone with his own hands. Every night, he sat by the river, whispering prayers. Some say they still see a man in a velvet coat walking the hills. Others say Jonathan was never a man. But Eli lived out his years in peace, warning all who would listen. Don't take gold from ghosts. And in Briar Hollow, folks still leave coins by the chapel steps. Just in case the devil comes calling again.